Welcome back to another episode of the Radio Psychs, your premier podcast for insights into everything mental health. I'm Dr. Aaron Haddock.
And I'm Dr. Rhonda Yu. We're psychologists who care about people and bringing science to practice.
And we're so glad to have you join us.
Please note that the information shared in this episode is solely intended for informational and entertainment purposes only and is not a substitute for professional medical or mental health advice, diagnosis, or treatment.
Today's topic is on loneliness and your mental health.
Hello? Is anybody there? I guess it's just me today. Okay, here we go.
Hey, dude.
Whoa, where'd you come from?
Are you trying to juggle with our podcasting equipment?
I mean, I thought I was going to be alone.
Well, at least you seem to be enjoying yourself.
All right. Well, in our last episode, we defined loneliness and talked a bit about how it affects our mental health.
Today, we're going to expand on that discussion to include further insights about how it impacts our mental health and provide some recommendations for addressing loneliness.
Aaron, do you remember how we defined loneliness?
Yeah, we said that it's an internal emotional response to isolation.
Another way that loneliness is commonly described is that it's the difference between what you want and what you have in your social life, both in terms of how many social relationships you have and the quality of those relationships.
That's good. So, in other words, it's emotional distress that a person experiences when they don't have the social relationships that they want. I would imagine that the bigger the difference, or the further away a person is from having what they want, the more intense the experience of loneliness.
That's the idea.
And it's an idea that's been getting a lot of attention in recent years. In fact, it was just last year in 2023 when the US Surgeon General made loneliness and social connectedness his platform issue. Rondi, what do we know about its prevalence?
In 2018, there was a large national survey conducted to advance our understanding of the state of loneliness in the US. Of the 20,000 adults surveyed, about half of them said that they experienced loneliness sometimes or always.
In 2021, there was a study published in the Psychological Bulletin Journal that looked at loneliness rates between 1976 and 2019. Over the span of the 43 years studied, people, adults in the US, reported an increase every year.
Prevalence also varies across demographics, doesn't it?
Yes, absolutely. It's a common assumption that people become lonelier as they age, but there's evidence indicating younger adults, especially Gen Z folks born between 1997 and 2012, are experiencing more loneliness than older generations.
Research also shows that certain groups are more susceptible.
Like those with lower income or who identify as LGBTQ+, for example.
Exactly. It's a sobering reminder that social factors and systemic inequalities play a significant role in shaping our social connections.
Yeah, definitely. What about those with mental health conditions?
You know, when examining the various factors that affect people suffering from mental health conditions, loneliness has been a consistent piece of the pathology.
It's really a major public health issue.
It is. I mean, it was a major public health issue pre-pandemic.
Oh, I know. The pandemic and stay-at-home orders didn't help to improve the current state of loneliness in America.
That would be an understatement, man.
Yeah, unfortunately. So I think right now is a good time to say that if you or someone you know is experiencing loneliness, getting support from friends, family, or mental health professionals can make a big difference.
Absolutely. That's an important reminder. Loneliness can affect every one of us, and it's important to recognize when we need support. In fact, it can be a shared experience.
That's right. Loneliness, as research suggests, is contagious. It's not just an individual experience. It resonates through our social networks.
This is why our helping actions are so significant, because helping others, being a support system, can be a powerful tool in combating loneliness. not just for them, but for the entire social network.
Exactly. In a 2009 study examining the spread of loneliness through social networks, published in the Journal of Personality and Social Psychology, researchers found that it occurs in clusters and extends up to 3 degrees of separation.
In other words, loneliness doesn't just impact your friends. It can have an impact on their friends and their friends' friends. It's a contagious process, and the implications of this are profound, aren't they?
Well, if loneliness is contagious, our social networks then are crucial for understanding and addressing mental health. Interventions for reducing loneliness could potentially have a positive ripple effect, benefiting not just individuals, but entire social circles.
I find that really uplifting
Mm.
because while it may be the case that loneliness can spread through social networks, so can connection. When we reach out to others, offer support, and foster meaningful connections, we contribute to a positive social contagion.
It's such a fascinating interplay, as well as a reminder that our social connections are powerful tools for combating loneliness and supporting our mental health. It's not just about self care, it's about communal care.
So it's probably not surprising to learn that those who engage in frequent and meaningful interactions with others report feeling less lonely. And that's a recommendation right there. Spend the right amount of time with family and friends for you. I say the right amount of time for you because balance is important. Doing too much or too little of anything to combat loneliness can actually be problematic.
I agree. Now, in addition to spending time with others, getting a good amount of sleep is also important. This is a cornerstone of well being, and research has shown that people who get the sleep they need are less likely to report that they lack companionship.
And physical exercise, right?
Yeah, that's another key recommendation. People who say they get a good amount of exercise are notably less prone to experience loneliness.
Can we exercise alone?
We can, but we don't have to. Exercising alone is good, but spending time with others while exercising can provide additional benefits.
Finally, there's work, where many of us spend a significant part of our lives. Research suggests that those who find themselves working just the right amount are the least likely to feel lonely.
So, overall, what we're saying is that getting the right balance of social interactions, sleep, exercise, and work can help to reduce feelings of loneliness.
I think that about wraps it up. As a quick reminder, if you missed our last episode, be sure to check it out for additional insights on this important topic.
Thank you for taking part in our exploration into the depths of loneliness and mental health. We appreciate you navigating this intricate terrain with us. Until next time, take care and be well, everybody.
Take care and be well.